Hi, my name's Ian Baker and I wanted to talk through the 6 steps that I talked about in an earlier video. As I said before, coaching is just a tool and coaching allows me to take my clients through these 6 steps. So let me start with step 1. Step 1 for me is the where are we now? So this is an evaluation of what's the current situation, how are you feeling, what's happening. The reality is that you're probably suffering from a degree of impulsiveness, you're firefighting, you're stressed, you're likely to be indecisive. But we identify those and we acknowledge them and we lean into them. The second stage is about outcomes. So where do you want to get to? What would good look like? What do you want to achieve? How do you want? We don't worry necessarily about how we get there yet, but let's just identify what the future could look like. The next step is scale, and that's about how achievable those goals are. Once we've identified them, let's have a realistic conversation about how achievable they are and what you might need from your previous conversation on goals, what you might need to change. Then we go on to know-how. This is about understanding where your gaps are, where your gaps in your knowledge, your behaviours, your attitude to things, and those around you. Let's identify those things and let's start to gap fill where you feel as though you might need some more support. Let's identify them and then we work through them as part of the coaching process. And really, we don't necessarily move on until we've really got a clear grasp of that. We then move on to the 4th step, which is design. So this is about working out your strategy. How are you going to do it? How are you going to get there? What are the plans? What are the tactics? What are you going to do to make this a success? And I encourage people to commit this to paper and say it out loud so that when you've spoken about it, when you've written it down, it becomes much more real, much more tangible. And equally, you can start to show it to other people. You can start to get other people on board and of those around you. The next step is measure. And this is one of the most important steps. We have to implement. We have to adapt. We have to review. We have to know what success will look like. And we have to know whether or not we're getting there. Now, as you go along, you may well continue to evolve your outcomes. You may continue to evolve your scale. But if you're not measuring it, you'll never know whether you'll get there. So that's my 6 steps. I hope they make sense, and I look forward to working with you.